Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's session of Ask Zak. And tonight we're going to still be looking at our pigs as of previous week, and we're going to look at life stage feeding in our pigs and why it is so important. So many of you go into a feed shop, and when you ask for pig feed, usually you get quite a range put in front of you, from lactation to weaner to grower to sow and boar. Now there's a reason behind all of these products. Life stage feeding for proper growth in your pigs is crucial. Remember, when that piglet arrives, you need to start laying the foundation for proper growth in the next stage. So that is why when you look at pig weaner, you're going to look at a much higher protein content, much higher fat content, a much higher mineral content, because you need to lay that foundation for that piglet's growth. After pig weaner, you're going to go over to pig grower. Now, because you laid that foundation with the building blocks that you got from the pig weaner, now you don't need as much protein. And remember, protein, fats, those things, they increase the cost of the feed. So you'll see the next stage will be a little bit cheaper when your price comes down on your pig grower. Now, that is crucial for that stage of development in that pig's body. The next stage, of course, is your sow and boar. Now, your sow and boar, we look at a maintenance feed. You don't want animals that's overfat. When we talk about our sow and boar, we're looking at our breeding animals that we keep. Remember, if an animal is overweight, whether it's the sow or the boar, they are not going to perform their duties as they should, and you're not going to get the production. And of course, you get the lactation. Now, the lactation, as the name says, is there for your sows to assist her with the nutrients when it comes down to her milk production. Now, all these things that I mentioned, you're going to come to me and a lot of farmers are going to say, but why don't I give my animals offal? Now, offal, you can give offal whether you get it from the nearest grocer that throws away the vegetables. The big problem with offal is it's got a very high water content. Now, when you get a lot of water in, think about yourself eating watermelon. You can eat only so much, then you are full, but you don't get the real value that you get in dry matter. Dry matter is how we measure feed and how good a feed is, with the content and protein, fats and all those things. Another thing is, when you give them offal, you don't know how much protein are you giving them at that stage, how much fat. You don't know what your nutrient contents is. So you're basically shooting in the dark and hoping for the best when it comes to their nutrition. And of course, with offal, you can also bring in contaminants, mycotoxins that can make your animal sick. So as far as possible, stay away from offal that you can give your animals. So very important. Come into your nearest Alzu one-stop shop. Get to know your technical advisor. With production systems like our piggeries, you need to be very precise to make sure you cover your costs. We all know the pig industry is currently under a lot of stress because of costs. The meat price is not quite there, so you need to manage your animals in such a way so that your production at the end of the day brings in the value that you need when it comes in rands and cents. And of course, you always want to be profitable. You still have overheads to pay, people, electricity and all those things. So for more information, pop into your nearest Alzu one-stop shop, contact your nearest technical advisor, and goodbye from my side. Till next week, same time, same place.